Hi, Dr. Sharma.
Hi, Janet.
Yes. Hi. Sorry about that. We do have one student in the waiting room, so.
Okay, I'll just admit her.
Okay, great. Yeah. You have sharing controls, so you can share your screen whenever you would like. The webinar is recording now, but we can edit the beginning. I'll introduce myself, introduce you, and then you can start presenting.
All right.
Hi, Sophia. Welcome. Welcome to our webinar today. We hope you're having a great day. We're going to give it just a little moment just to let others log in. Hi, Raisa. Hi, welcome. We'll just give it a moment to let others log in right now, and we'll begin in about a minute or so. All right, so we'll just begin right now. Thank you so much for joining us today, Sophia and Raisa. It was wonderful to have you here today to listen a little bit more about our occupational therapy doctorate program. My name is Janet Doan. I'm the admissions outreach coordinator here at Keck Graduate Institute. And here with me today is Dr. Vikas Sharma. He is the program director for our occupational therapy doctorate program, and he'll be giving you a little bit more. And at the end, if you have any questions, please feel free to unmute yourself or type it in the chat, and we can answer them for you. Dr. Sharma, I'm going to turn it over to you.
Thank you, Janet. Welcome, Sophia and Reza. Let me first share the screen. Give me a second. Is everybody able to see the screen?
Yes, we're able to see the screen.
Okay, thank you, Janet. All right, so let me start with my introduction first. My name is Dr. Vikas Sharma, and I'm the program director here at KGI. And I've been here since the start of this program. We just started a new cohort back in August of 2022. So I've been here since 1st September of 2022, so pretty new to this location. But we will be talking a lot about the program overview today. And again, as Janet said, if you have any questions, you can leave it at the end, or feel free to interrupt me in between if you have anything you want to know about. But it is pretty rigorous. You will be a little bit overwhelmed after listening to the entire presentation. So if there's anything clarification wise you want to know, please let me know and we can go on that again. So shall we start? Okay. So the first slide, which you can see here, is about the program overview. So basically, by entering into this OTD program, we are making you a scholar. We are making you innovators of practice. So the main slogan here we have at our KGI is that innovation, or the innovators, start here. So we focus on having you go through that process so that you can create certain things on your own. As you know, that occupational therapy is a holistic science, so you will get a lot of opportunities to partner with different partnerships. You will also get the opportunity to display your researches, your work to the outside world, whether it is conferences, whether it is internal presentations at KGI. So by participating in this program, you will be getting those opportunities to display your scholarship and your innovation. Now, scholarship could be anything. It could be a collaborative piece. It could be an integration with other, sciences. We have a strong interprofessional collaboration here. It could be a discovery. You never know what you're going to come up with when you work with your peers or you work with the faculty here. And also by doing this program, you will be proving your clinical excellence. Now, when I say clinical excellence, it means that you will be, a part of different experiences as fieldwork or as capstone. You will be developing yourself clinically, getting that solid foundation, and which will help you to work as an occupational therapist down the road after you complete this program. And we always believe in excellence because we strive for excellence, although we learn with time. But at KGI, that's the ultimate goal, to make you an excellent clinical professional, so that wherever you go after graduating from the program, you can showcase, you can display your clinical skills, and as well as the institution from where you graduated from. And then finally, it says that graduate will have the tools to establish a distinguished career in a wide range of settings. So, as once you graduate from the OTD program, you will be a journalist. So although, you will have, bit and pieces of everything, what occupational therapy people work on, but you will also be recognized for your some specialized skills. We have like a medical device engineering program, which we collaborate with, during the when students are in the program, they usually collaborate with them. And also we have a lifestyle medicine focus, so you will see that you will get exposure to different other specialized skills while you are in the program, and that will make you unique in the profession of occupational therapy. Now, before we move forward, I would like to talk to you about the mission of this program. So I think it is very important for anybody who enters any institution to know the mission of the program, what exactly that entails. Why are you trying to be a part of it? So as you can see here, the mission statement clearly states that our main focus at the KGI OTD program is to educate future occupational therapists to meet the needs of the individuals, communities, and populations for meaningful participation in daily activities through a transformative and dynamic educational process. Now, when you say transformative, that means that you will be a different changed person after you graduate from the program. Now, it could be a personal development, it could be professional development, both, like how you mature as a person in decision making, how you mature in your clinical skills. Your transformation will be evident. And also professionally, you will be acquiring a lot of new skills which occupational therapists work on, whether it is working with someone with stroke, or working with a child who has autism, or maybe working in a non-traditional setting like doing yoga with someone who has stress. So, there is a wide variety of opportunities and exposures you will get while you are in this program. And the whole process is such a rigorous process. You will see that if you can go to the site and see the curriculum, it is very rigorous, and you will see that we have tried to incorporate everything what occupational therapy usually teaches. And it's a dynamic educational process. Our instructors, our professors, they are specialized in specific fields, so they will be making it a unique process for you to learn. And you will when you undertake this program, you will understand the importance of those specialized skills, making you a unique professional in the world of occupational therapy. As we talk about mission, there is also a vision. Now, the word occupational therapy has occupation in it, right? So that's the way it is coined. And the profession is like, has been here for more than 100 years now. It started in 1917. So now we are in 2022. We just celebrated the 100 years 5 years ago. And the focus of the entire curriculum, you will see, although there may be many other institutions around. So we usually, when the founding director made this curriculum, she made sure that the occupation is the central piece of all the courses in this program. By occupation means, doesn't mean that somebody is employed, as sometimes people do get confused with that. Occupations means engaging them in purposeful and meaningful activity, because it is the part of our life. If somebody doesn't have an occupation, it means they can get sick, they can get unhealthy. So we need to make sure that we have this particular piece embedded throughout our curriculum. And you will see that all the courses in the program has that piece inside it, which will be a core subject to prepare you as a future clinician, as a future practitioner, because it is healing, it is a change agent, and it identifies you as a human being. It's like who you are, making you meaningful and purposeful. And the OT practice framework, which is considered as a Bible of occupational therapy, if you get the chance to see that, you can see that how occupation is important. And we try to teach to the students that occupation pieces so that they make occupation-based goals when they work with their clients, not just like a physical goals. If somebody wants to walk, doesn't mean that we just walk them 100 feet and that serves the purpose. But no, they want to walk because they want to go to the toilet, they want to do their activities of daily living, or maybe they have some purpose in life because they want to see their neighbor next door. So the goals are very, very occupational based, and the whole curriculum is kind of based around that part. So as you can see here, I just gave you the foundation and the basics, what this program entails, the mission and the vision, and the entire structure of the program. So just to give you a little bit logistics about this program, at present we have 7 faculty members, and I'm the program director. So I also teach one of the courses. There are adjuncts too, but we are in the process of building up more faculty pool, and we are currently actively recruiting. So I'm hoping by early 2023, we'll have about 10 faculty people, and we are growing as we are moving in over different terms. Since it's a new program, so certain things we are doing when the exact time comes, rather than just preparing it beforehand. But of course, we want to have everything in place before we start our courses, so which is always the case. It will give you a total of 128 credits, which is very much competitive with the other universities. The first cohort, as you can see, started in August 2022. So if you decide to come on board, you will be the second cohort, and that will start in August or fall of 2023. Currently, actually, we are interviewing students for 2023 admissions, and we just had one last Friday. So we got a great pool of candidates who are desperate to be a part of KGI. So I was very excited. The whole program will take approximately about 3 years, because you have 6 fieldwork level 1 experiences, and then there are 2 level fieldwork level 2, and then there will be capstones. So we want to make sure that it meets all the requirements of the occupational therapy education, and we don't miss any piece. So you will see that rigor in the entire curriculum. The capacity is for 40 students, so we can take as much as 40, but we cannot exceed that. So there is a little bit restriction on that side. But again, sometimes there is like a waiting list. Somebody leaves and somebody joins in. So that's why we have interviews on ongoing basis, and we see who are the best candidates. They will be a part of this program. So just to give you a little bit program structure, as I told you that it will be approximately like about 3 years. So the one which started in August of 2022, they will be finishing it sometime in May or June of 2025. And that includes everything, their internship and their didactic courses. So the first year, you will see that it will be 3 trimesters. We are a trimester-based, curriculum. And within that, you will be having 3 level 1 fieldwork in different settings. Like we are having psychosocial experiences, adults and older adults. And actually, these fieldwork experiences are based on the type of courses which the students are taking in those specific terms. So for instance, this is the first term which they are currently taking. And as I told you that I'm teaching the psychosocial intervention and outcome course. So, now they are placed in that particular setting. Like every week, they are going in a community-based or psychosocial setting where they will be exposed to people with psychosocial issues, whether it is like a homeless shelter or maybe a non-traditional setting, a student having a stress issue due to which his or her performance is being affected. So as wide as this kind of environment, and as working with the client with specific problem. And as they move into the second year, you will see that there will be 2 trimester, and there will be 3 level 1 fieldworks. So there will be 2 pediatric related based on the pediatric courses which they will be taking. And then there will be 1 on lifestyle medicine. As I told you that lifestyle medicine is one of the strongest, like I would say, curricular threads of this program. So they will be taking that particular fieldwork experience as well. And then they will have level 2 fieldwork, which is about 12 weeks. And that they will be placed in a different settings, whether it could be a hospital or it could be an outpatient clinic. So usually we will make sure that we meet the students' need and as well as the program needs and what they are supposed to, partake in. So in case if their first level 2 is in hospital, they might get the second one in a school setting. So or it could change. So it depends upon what they have done in the previous fieldwork. And then the final year, which is they will have like a fieldwork and capstone experience again. They will have level 2 fieldwork, which is again 12 weeks, and then the doctoral capstone, which makes it different from the master's program. As you know that there are master's program too, but ours is a doctoral program, so it need to have that capstone. And that's why we will have a capstone coordinator who will be working with you guys for any specific project you are interested in. And I'm going to go in the capstone just in a few minutes from now. But that is about 14 weeks where you will be placed in a site depending upon your interest and what doctoral capstone you will be engaged in. So as you can see, there will be altogether 1,760 hours of experiential learning with the fieldwork and with capstone, but excluding the labs. The labs which you are doing, that is also your hands-on experience. So you will see that each specific course has a lab component attached to it that you will be, also doing hands-on. But this capstone will be, I would say, and the other fieldwork experiences are more hands-on because you are dealing with the real clients. So that's about 1,760 hours, which is quite a lot of hours. Even when I did my OT, I didn't do that much. So you will get a lot of good experience there. Now, this slide, I know there's a lot of information here, and I'm not going to go on each and everything. You can read it, and these actual learning outcomes are also provided on the KGI site. You can look in there too. But just to get a little summary of what is written here is, again, we made sure that we have occupation as a central piece, which I told you earlier. Teach you to be scholars, teach you how to be researchers. So there will be research courses, there will be thesis tracks where you will be conducting some kind of researches and projects. And then capstone is a different, animal too, so which you will be doing that as well. And then also, teaching you how to be an ethical, professional, how to be a leader. There are courses on advocacy, on ethics, on leadership, because not everybody in occupational therapy will be a clinician down the road. Maybe you are interested to do it for the first 10 years of your life, but then you will be maybe interested in running for some kind of election, or you want to be at the AOT, which is American OT Association. You want to, be a president there, who knows? So, those kind of things, we try to make sure that we give you a taste of everything. And moreover, like, these things are not only essential at that particular level, I would say even like when you're working as a clinician, you should know how to incorporate ethics, how to be a leader. You might be managing a people of like 10, and then it is hard for you to manage if you don't have those skill sets. So we make sure that as an occupational therapist, you are equipped with all those soft skills, all those professional and clinical reasoning skills, and that is kind of interwoven throughout the entire curriculum, as you will see. Advocacy, I already mentioned the importance of advocacy. Health management and promotion, as you know, that after this COVID thing, we have realized that how important health is, how important, all these social connections are, how to promote your health, how to take the prevention. So now our focus is specifically on lifestyle medicine, and there are different pillars of lifestyle medicine, starting from like stress resilience to social connection, to tell me about it, physical activity. So there are like 6 pillars of those lifestyle medicine pieces, and we have made sure that we teach you those pillars and get you more equipped with that knowledge, so that when you enter the real world, you can apply that to your clients. Not only teaching them physical exercises, not only teaching them how to move the arm and get the strength in the arm, but at the same time letting them know how important it is that if the strength of the arm is lost in their function, how it will impair their function, and what they cannot do and what they can do. So I think occupational therapy is distinct in that way, as you are aware, and we make sure that we have our students being aware of these things. Cultural responsiveness, we work with diverse group of people, different cultural backgrounds, so that is also being taught to you, and that's also one of the learning outcomes. So again, going back to the curriculum and its thread, as you can see, there are 9 curricular threads with focus on health, equity, and occupational justice. Equity for everyone. There are people who cannot afford, there are people who are not that much financially stable, there are people who don't have access because they may live in a remote area, so maybe telehealth is the better choice for them, and especially it has gained momentum after COVID. So all those kind of things are interwoven inside the curriculum, and you will be taught how an occupational therapist uses these techniques. Lifestyle medicine, I already mentioned it to you. Innovations in practice. So again, how to be innovative, how to be creative, and develop those different techniques and projects to help clients succeed in their day-to-day activities. Whole person care. OT, as you know, that it is a holistic science. So not only working on the physical aspect, but also emotional, spiritual, perceptual, cognitive. So there are other 100 pieces attached to that one person, which we focus on. And that's the reason why we are distinct from other professions like physical therapy and other professions where the focus is mostly on physical means, but we try to make sure that we include the person as a whole. Occupation as a change agent and healing modality, and then research, evidence, and scholarship. You will get plenty of opportunities, as I told you, in doing research, in learning about research. You will get the chance to go to the conferences, do your presentations there, show your like scholarships, and get the momentum going and get that spark in you that, oh, okay, I'm in a college where I've been given with these opportunities, and I will really use those things while I'm a student and after I graduate as well. Your professional identity and lifelong learning. I do believe, and everybody will agree with me, that even if you graduate from this program tomorrow, you're still going to learn each and every day, even after like 29 years almost of my practice in this profession as an occupational therapist. There is not even a single day left where I'm still learning every single day, certain things which I realize now, I think, I should have done it in a better way before. And now I'm thinking that that's the way it is. So, that kind of enthusiasm, that kind of motivation should always be with you. And I can see that our students here at KGI, they really showcase that. Like we have been interacting with them from last 2 months now. So I'm seeing that, okay, they're very energetic. They want to do lifelong learning. They want to learn with everything what we are asking them to do. And then the reasoning, reasoning is very important. Professional reasoning, how you clinically reason anything, whether it is case studies, whether it is working with patients. So we have like simulated environments set up for you. We have actual patients working with you during field work and also during capstones. So it depends, what kind of exposure you get. But then again, your goal should be to reason it right and for the benefit of the people you're working with. So this is in alignment with, again, the curriculum. The major highlights are it's an integrated system approach. We make sure that we have the integration of everything when we are working with the clients, and have a collaboration with other disciplines, help us, in making our decisions. Although, we are occupation focused, but then again, we want to take their input. Our strong focus is in mental health and psychosocial practice. As you know, that OT's origin is from mental health in 1917 when it started. And then during World War I and World War II, it became more profound because a lot of people got disabled. A lot of people had mental health issues from wars and all that stuff. So at that time, arts and crafts movement started. We started working on the mental health hygiene, on the habit training. And then later it moved into the medical model during 1960s and 70s. And I did my occupational therapy. I completed it in 1994. So I know at that time also I was more into the medical model. But now in 2022, when I retrospect, I always think that it has so much changed. Now it is again back to the community base. So there is always like a paradigm shift happening based on what is the society teaching you currently. So I can see that, that mental health factor is always going to stay. And we make sure that our students learn that piece. You will get fieldwork every trimester of the didactics, which I don't know if every program offers that or not. We have quite a rigorous fieldwork experience. And then you will get like a taste of both the fieldwork context with the didactic learning. As you know that whatever you are learning in the theory, you should apply that in the real world. So we are making sure that it matches with whatever is being taught in the class. 2 semesters of pediatrics, I have seen like a lot of you are interested in pediatrics, working with children. So we make sure that you get the maximum learning about this group of population, because children are very fun to love, to work with. And most of the therapists I've seen, they say, oh, they want to be pediatric therapists, or the students, I would say. Also, we pay focus on program development and entrepreneurship, because some of you will be the leaders, some of you will enter in the private practice or want to do a business. So those kind of courses will teach you how to run a business, how to start a program, stuff like that. You will also get a chance to take some OT electives, which we are working on, like some specialized electives based on your interest, because I think some of you really want to be a part of some specialized, I would say, field. So that electives will really help you in gaining that understanding and that knowledge. And then your research project, which will be closely monitored by the faculty, and then the capstone. And I will again go on the capstone once I will move to that slide. I was talking earlier about the distinguished features, so I can explain better here while on this slide. As you can see here, what makes us unique in comparison to the other programs in Southern California, or even like throughout the United States, is that we have a collaboration with engineering and design, fabricating department here. Actually, we have a Master of Science in medical device engineering program, and we will be collaborating with them. For instance, like they have students who know how to design the products, whether it is, let us say, 3D printing or laser cutter, but they may not have the knowledge of the anatomy or the disease or the conditions in which they use. So our students will be actually interacting with them during their capstones, or maybe during their electives, which we are thinking of actually having an elective of that. In that way, you will learn exactly how to make a device, how to develop a program, or maybe quality control, stuff like that. So these kind of things are very interesting things, and you will get a taste of both the engineering as well as the medical science here. Lifestyle medicine, again, those pillars which I mentioned earlier, there are courses on lifestyle medicine, and you will get experience also to work in certain centers where you will get that exposure. Innovative clinical skills and community-based practice. Of course, we have, like, being a part of the KGI, you will see that you will have plenty of opportunities to network with different community partners, where you can go and, like helping the homeless people. That is an emerging practice area, how OT helps the homeless people to get them back into the society, to integrate them back into the community. I know you work with head injury patients or stroke patients, or which are like typical OT patients, but what about those people who have these kind of conditions, which sometimes are having stigma, or they are not being recognized? So we have like a lot of those kind of opportunities also, where you will be networking with them. So this makes it also unique. Diversity, equity, and inclusion. We make sure that we have people from all over, even globally. We get international students and different cultural, different races, ethnic backgrounds, because I think every family, every person brings a unique perspective to the profession. And that actually is very helpful for us as occupational therapists to grow, to know their cultures, because we use that in the therapy when we understand them, their occupational well-being. That is a part of that process. So you will see that there will be an increased focus on DEI. And OT in higher education, there are not that many OTs who are working in higher education, especially when you see with the students, or maybe, for their mental health. And in fact, in our KGI here, we have occupational therapist employed in a students affairs department, and she's also a part of the lifestyle medicine course. She knows how to deal with the problems students are facing, with whether it is anxiety, stress, anxiety related to the exam, or whether there is any other mental health issue which is impeding their academic performance. So we have a strong focus on creating you in that particular area, to help you to understand that area, so that it is if you want to pursue in that direction, then you can go. Whole person care, and then trusted partnership, which is again a part of the same thing which I told you. We have a lot of community partners. All right, so I know there's a lot of information here which I'm covering, so let me know if you guys are overwhelmed, you want a little break, but I think everybody is doing good.
We're all good, thank you.
All right, okay. So let's move on with the capstone project here. As I told you, that capstone is a part of your doctoral program. And this is one of those interesting things. When I did my capstone, when I was doing my doctoral degree, it really helped me to understand the profession, like how, how much range we have. Like we can go from mental health, we can go even to the school, environment. We can even go in the fieldwork experience. Like one of the, one of my classmates, she did a project or a capstone project with the fieldwork students, how, they can be satisfied in a fieldwork area. So, there is like a lot of opportunities there, and you will get that, exposure when you will do the capstone. And it will be developed in collaboration, of course, with the capstone coordinator, KGI faculty mentor, and a site mentor. So there will be a time when a site mentor and a faculty mentor will be the same, because some of our, faculty mentors, maybe they have their own clinics where you are interested to, get that exposure. So you might be working with them. but it usually consists of two components, a capstone project and the doctoral capstone experience, where you will be identifying a community partner as your DCE site, and then you will go for 14 weeks to get that understanding of the capstone project, and you will actually implement it and you will produce it. But before we have you do this, you will also get some kind of exploration, and you will also get some kind of education and preparation in different terms, how to conduct that capstone. It's not that you will straight away go to the capstone and you will be like, okay, what should I do? So you will get that experiences as well. So there are different focuses here. As you can see, it could be clinical practice skills, research, program and policy development, leadership, advocacy, administration, education, and theory development. So these all could be your capstone titles, depending upon what you want to do. So we'll make sure that whatever you will be involved in, you are interested to do that and you want to pursue that in your future. Of course, you can still change your mind, down the road after 15 years, you want to go into the academia, as the same way I did it, after being a occupational therapist in a skilled nursing facility for like 22 years, I decided to teach. So things can change with time, but again, when you are a student, I think it is more laser focused and you'll be working on these different topics. This is a general overview of your fieldwork and capstone. So with your group of students, you will be admitted in August of next year, 2023. And then you will have, like every trimester, you will have didactic experiences and your fieldwork experiences. So as you can see here, level 1, community-based fieldwork experience in the first fall term, which will be in 2023. Then you will have adults and older adults population experience working in hospitals, outpatients, nursing homes. You'll get those experiences. Along with that, you will have didactic courses. And as you can see, there are 8 semesters altogether. And towards the end, you will see you will have your capstone, which is a 14 weeks full-time commitment. And you will have 2 level 2 fieldworks, which will be in June to August 2025 and August to December 2025. As far as the admission requirements are concerned, you will definitely go through the entire process as everybody, if you want to be a part of KGI. And we understand that there are other institutions around, and it depends upon your choice where you want to go into. But we have a pretty much holistic admission process. We, again, as I said, we believe in diversity, inclusion, and equity. So people with different cultural backgrounds, maybe if you are around the this place, you can come and visit. How diverse we are, globally and even within United States. And based on your perspective, based on your experience, definitely you will get full support as a student. And once you will get into the program, you will understand, the entire, like how we have created that admission process. And definitely, again, your mission and values and your vision should always match with the program. Going back again to the diversity, equity, inclusion, we have respect to all the cultures, all religions, ethnic background, and we make sure that we take into consideration when we are admitting our students. As far as the admission requirements are concerned, you can read it here, and it is also provided on the website. So you need to have human anatomy and physiology with lab for each 6 credit hours for lab as well as the theory. Then courses on human lifespan development or developmental psychology, 3 credits, abnormal psychology, 3 credit hours, introduction to sociology or cultural anthropology, 3 credit hours, statistics and medical terminology. Certificate is also accepted. Let me see if I think I have a chat here. Okay.
Sorry, it was me. I added the link in the chat for the students as well.
Sure. Thank you. Other requirements is your official, transcript, which we'll be needing. So even though you are still undergrad students, so if your degree gets completed before the start of the program, you can talk to the admissions department as long as you have that intent and you're going to provide that, before admitting to the program, that could be accepted. And we take, undergrad degrees with variety of, major. You do like sociology, psychology. I've seen them even like in arts, like if they have done undergrad in arts, they also take, because it is occupational therapy is not only a medical science, it's also a human and art science, I would say. So you will still learn about the medical subjects, but again, you will understand it from your experience as a, BA or Bachelor in Arts if you have done that. So we have all those options for the admissions. We would also need 3 letters of recommendations as from your professors or from people who have seen your work. We would not ask you to get it from your family members or people whom you know, because they may not be able to judge you at a professional level as such, although they may know you that way, but still we would, just to avoid the bias, we want to make sure that we have it from the right people. So any of your supervisors who can speak highly about you, about your character, about your strengths, about your professionalism, we would need that. As you will see that some of the colleges, they might need your observational hours under the supervision of an occupational therapist. As such, for KGI, it's not a requirement, but it is preferred that you shadow them, because in that way, you know what exactly they do. Because I'm sure you want to do something which you know something about it. You don't want to do something where you haven't got any exposure. So I think it's better to get that feeling and know about the profession of occupational therapy. So we recommend you, and that could be in different settings. It could be in a school or hospital, outpatient, as you know that we work, across lifespan and across different settings. So there is no GRE required, but you have to go through a centralized application, which is known as OTCAS. So once you apply on that centralized application, it will come to our admission team, and then you're depending upon your paperwork and your requirements. If you have met those, the admission team will contact you for the interview. International students are also welcome with the TOEFL exam. All right, I think we are good on time. Now, I want to show you some pictures of our labs and our classroom, if you haven't seen it before at KGI. So this is our classroom. I take actually class every Wednesday in this classroom. As you can see, the chairs, they can move around. Like we have some team-based learning, activities where like they are doing quizzes, they are doing some kind of discussion, so they can actually move closer to each other. They can move their chairs, and then they have, place to support their arms, as you can see here when they are writing. So ergonomically also they are good, and students always say, oh, that's great. And the fun part is that, like, sometimes, I know the time when we were studying, we used to sit in one position for like 2 hours, although there's a break in the lecture. But we have some standing tables where some students will stand and some will sit. You can stretch yourself, like if you're tired of sitting for like half an hour, even is a lot of time to sit, and constantly watching what the instructor is saying. So you can stand. So we have all those kind of design tables which you can sit and stand while getting your instruction. This is one of the labs for the OT. As you can see, we have enough big spaces. And this is just one portion of that room. And you can see, like, at the end, there's a wide door, as you can see, where those all closets are. There's another room inside it, which I will show it to you. And then there's another room inside it. So it's like opening a maze. You are entering it, and then there are so many other rooms inside it. And you can see here the plinths are there. So you can actually do a lot of activities on these plinths, like testing muscle power or doing any kind of examination as students learn through the labs. Right now, we are in the psychosocial track. So there is more like verbal discussions and role play activities rather than using the plinths. But once we will enter into the phys disc classes and also in the pediatric classes, we'll be using, quite often these kind of things. And the chairs are there so students can actually talk to each other. They work in group. There are a lot of fun role play activities which they do. So inside this, as I told you that there's a room now, this is a simulated kitchen. As you know that OTs work on ADLs, which is activities of daily living, going from the basic ADL to the instrumental ADL, but we want to make sure that students understand the importance of that. So this is one of the simulated kitchens. Similarly, we have simulated toilet where there is a tub. I didn't take the picture of that one, but we have one of those too. And like how to transfer to the toilet using a raised toilet seat or a 3-in-1 commode. We have a hospital bed, where we will teach you how to transfer from the hospital bed to the wheelchair or back and forth, stuff like that, which you will be taught, because that is something which occupational therapists work in day-to-day activities when they are in a hospital working there or any kind of inpatient rehab. In addition to that, we have a shared skills lab. We have many courses here at KGI. We have physician assistant program, we have pharmacy program, we have community medicine, and then there are other courses related to industrial courses are there. Ours is more related to health science. So this particular lab we share with the physician assistant program, because they also have anatomy in the first term of their curriculum. And as you can see there, there are, you can see different parts of the body there at the end. And then there's a table which is called as anatomage table. As you can see close to the board there, whiteboard, there is like, it's covered with the sheet, but that is like a human body. And you can actually, it's a computerized, it's like a big iPad where you can dissect different parts of the body and can know the anatomical structures of the body. It's actually a donated body from one of the prisoner, I believe. So you understand it virtually rather than just only feeling it with the hands. And I think both things work very well. And our anatomy instructors are actually doctors from the real world. They have a sound knowledge of anatomy, like it's like they're the doctors, so they deal with these patients on day-to-day basis. So students really enjoy it. But this is something which we share with physician assistant program. This is, again, we share it with the physician assistant and other programs. It's a patient assessment lab. So when you will have your practicums, where you will be working in a real world, you need to know how to pull the curtain, how to reach out to the patient, although there will be some simulated or standardized patients in this particular environment. But again, you will learn through a natural setting. As you can see that these are big rooms. Your testings will be done here and you will get that real world experience here. So again, I didn't take that many pictures here, but these are some of them where you can actually get the sense of it, exactly how our labs are, how our classrooms are. But there are more still there. So now this is something I would like to tell you in regards to the accreditation. So accreditation is the process by which the body of Occupational Therapy Accreditation Agency, which is Accreditation Council for Occupational Therapy Education, which makes sure that we are meeting the standards of occupational therapy profession. So this program was started with the intention of like 3 years back, where it was like we developed the curriculum, the founding director developed everything, and we submitted the candidacy application. So that was approved back in April of 2022, and that gave us, permission to move ahead with the program. So this is the first step, like submitting the intent and getting that candidacy application approved. So which was approved, and then the students were admitted as of August 2022, which is the first cohort. So we can still continue with the programs ongoing, but they will be visiting us in July of 2020. Actually, not in July of 2024. They will be visiting us in February of or March of 2025. In July of 2024, we'll be submitting a self-study report to them, which has like about 130 some standards, where we will be justifying how we are meeting each standard in our courses, whether it is logistically, whether it is academically, or whether it is through fieldwork experience or capstone. And then they will come and then they will give us that accreditation. So this is actually normal with every university. You go through the process, and by the time the students will be graduating in 2025, we will get that accreditation completed. The cycle will be completed by April of 2025. So again, going back to the admissions, it's a holistic admissions. Diversity, equity, and inclusion is important for us, and criteria is there on the KGI website. So I would give you a little bit timeline on this, that for KGI application in the OTCAS for this year, I think they started in July 2022. But you can, of course, double check with admissions and you can find it out. We are interviewing the candidates. So they started last week, which was October 28th. We started the first interview, and they will continue until June of 2023. So we will keep the admissions going, and we will get them on rolling basis, although we can only accept 40 students, but we still need to get more to be interviewed, because we don't know, there are other colleges where people end up going, or they're out of state, they may not come. So we want to make sure that we have enough people to be interviewed and we get the best candidates. So by June 2023, you will be notified. In case if you give the interview earlier, maybe you will be notified earlier. So that is something you can clarify with the admissions department. And then the cohort will begin in August of 2023, end of August. So in case if you have any questions about the accreditation or anything, you can actually, or you can read at their site. You can go to their site and you can see that our program is in the candidacy status. So that information is provided here. The website address is acotonline.org. And we are also accredited by Western Association of Schools and Colleges, which is important, which is a state accrediting body, which is also required as a part of accreditation. So since we have that, so that's why ECHO let us run this program. So we already got approved on that one. So this is some of the accreditation information for you guys, in case if you would like to know. Yeah, I think that's pretty much I have for you for today. I know it was a lot of information, but I will leave the next 10 minutes for any questions or anything you might have for me. Thank you for listening.
Thank you for that. I don't think I have any questions.
Great. Well, thank you. Raisa, if you have any questions you come up with later on after the webinar, please feel free to email me. I put my email in the chat, or email our admissions team. I also put the admissions email in the chat. It's just admissions@kgi.edu, so that you don't have to feel pressured knowing where to ask your questions if you have any. We also host a bunch of different webinars and speaker series. We'll be hosting another OTD webinar if you ever have any questions again.
Thank you. Yeah, I'll for sure reach out if I have any questions. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much for being here. Sophia, do you have any questions by any chance?
No, I'm all good as well.
Okay, great. Well, thank you both for being here. Dr. Sharma, that was very informative. It was so informative, nobody has any questions. So thank you so much for everything. Really appreciate the time. And I appreciate you both for taking the time to be here as well. again, if there are any questions, please feel free to reach out to our admissions team. We are here to help you. This webinar was recorded and will be put on YouTube as well as our website so that you can view it later if you have anything that you had missed. But thank you, Dr. Sharma, for being here.
Thank you.
And thank you, everyone. Happy Halloween. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of your night.
Thank
Bye,
you.
everyone.
Bye.